adjusting and starting early today. And let's pick up where we left off. Right in the middle of combat.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me just find the track. Because how could we have a fight without a little bit of background music? Um, I checked the tape, and it is the snake-like worm, squiggly thing's turn. It had taken a notable interest into Lucca using the Whispering Reeds, and I had described that it was furiously taking notes. So I'll say that that's going to cost it an action to actually be able to do that. And now, what is it going to do with the rest of its turn? I think it's probably going to try to get to Lucca, because that looks like an interesting book. So it's going to swing at Lucca using its longsword, critically hitting just to.
Or is it?
Or is it?
So that is just a longsword. Yeah. Ottardo will be. Oh. Uh. Yeah, I think Ottardo will react to that anyway.
Okay, so how does that play out?
So what does Lucca thing do?
Turn into a
You
pile of
turn.
bones, and it's a not a critical.
Okay, so you take just normal damage. Okay. Well, that's fine because Ottardo will grant you resistance 7.
Okay,
Sorry. Wait. Resistance. It's 2 plus level, so 8. 8 points of resistance. And as part of his reaction, he will take a step and will attempt to
okay,
strike the
but it
creature.
resolves after the damage, right? So that would.
Yeah. The trigger is Lucca taking damage.
Okay, so Luca, after everything being said and done, so you collapse into a pile of bones. Somehow Ottardo gets himself between you and the worst of the blow as well. So you take 1 point of damage.
That's it, just one.
Yeah, because it's the 18 was the critical,
Oh,
so the regular
18
is
was the
9.
crit.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
so the
I thought
regular is
that was the
9,
normal damage.
and then damage reduction of 8, so 1 is left. So yeah, then Ottardo steps up, swings and hits, and does 7 points of damage with his warhammer. Which, yeah, again, like the creature has this weird malleable body. Like the flesh of that creature just gives like kind of absorbs a lot of the blow of your weapon. So it's only 2 points of damage that go through. All right, and then it has a third action, and I think it'll switch targets here over to Ottardo because he does seem to be the one who's keeping everyone else alive. Swinging its longsword and misses thanks to the various buffs you have going. Um, that was its turn. All right. The remaining monstrosity there, that is sitting right next to Luca. Okay, is going to uh,
Who has
there's no
collapsed into a pile of bones on the ground.
exactly. So it probably, I mean, for that thing, it must look like you just got smashed to pieces, I would think. So it'll just hop over you, and in order to avoid overcomplicating things, it's not going to stand on top of you. And it's going to target Ottardo and try to just uh, furiously claw at you, missing with the first one and missing with the second one. And then it's Luca's turn.
All right. Well, the first thing I have to do out of necessity is reform back into my normal self, losing the prone condition. That's my first action.
Oh, cool. So
Um,
part of getting up basically is reforming. That's cool.
yeah. So yeah, basically I stand back up and like reform. So all the head floats back up the skull floats back up to head level, and then all the other bones kind of pull themselves up after that and rearrange themselves into a skeleton. And then he, I don't know what to do now because I didn't expect to be over here with this thing in the middle. I was going to read from the Whispering Reeds again, but
Does it mess that up because they're next to you, or why? Why does that change it?
No, I guess I can do it. I was just rereading the ability and making sure I can do it again. I can't. Oh no, it's only once per day. Never mind. I cannot. What I can do, however, is try to cast a spell from the book. Which is going to be... Oh, they changed the name of it, huh? Okay. Can I post it? How do I make it appear? I don't think
What
I
are you
really
trying
can.
to do?
Wave of Despair.
Okay, cast a spell. Yep, I see it.
Obviously, I'm targeting the worm.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, no, it's a 30-foot cone. Oh shoot, hold on. No, maybe I don't want to do that because I don't think I want to hit all my allies with it. Sorry, I didn't realize the area.
If it's a cone, I think you can still like point it this way.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Time, and once again, a lot of that blow gets absorbed by the creature's sponge-like flesh, but some of it goes through. Any action left?
No, that's it.
Okay, Augrael.
Okay, I think Augrael did a recall knowledge about the thing. I know he did it about the worm thing and failed both times, but I think he did it about the other creature too. I can't remember if did he succeed regularly or could he succeed?
I think that was
Just
a regular.
sneak attack. That makes sense. Okay, so I don't think there's any way for me to get sneak attack on this thing. But I'll just swing at it because. No, he's just gonna swing at the worm thing, even just to try and kill it. It seems like the bigger threat than his
Okay.
mind, I think. So we'll just swing at that.
And maybe as you see that Morlock technological, crossover, maybe something inside of you just hesitates to hurt it.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Some misplaced pity. That's a hit for 6 points, all of which go through.
Okay, I'll swing one more time.
Another hit.
Okay.
Not a ton, but
And then with this last action, he'll shield.
okay. And it's Soma's turn.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the my window of Foundry is still frozen, but as I said, Soma will renew her Inspired Defense, and with the rest of of actions, she will cast telekinetic projectile on the worm. Simon, I will ask you please click for me for that because nothing is working.
Okay. Just so you know, if you can get back to the settings of Foundry, there is a performance mode, which you can set to low. So if your laptop
Uh,
is having
I will do this as soon as my cursor unfreezes.
Okay. All right. So what was you said? You wanted a
Inspire defense and then telekinetic projectile piercing.
okay. So I'll cast Inspired Defense. I will target the creature and shoot some. Where is it? Telekinetic projectile. Choosing piercing damage. Roll to attack, but missing.
Okay.
All right. Then it's the creature's turn. Augrael starts needling it, which it realizes is actually hurting. Even though it's not a whole lot of damage, but it is potentially more threatening than what Ottardo is doing. So it is turning its attention to you.
as Ottardo like smashes this thing's arm in, and then it flails wildly. He's like, "Oh, stupid!" And he's going to keep concentrating on the. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll the reflex save. I was trying to post it again. The floating flame for the worm. Can I? No.
I can scroll up.
If you just make the reflex save, I can roll the damage. If there's any damage.
Alright, break percentage.
I believe there's half because I think they changed that, right?
I believe you're right.
This is now just a basic reflex. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it is now half of. Wow, 20.
Whoa, nice.
Those are on fire, those dice. Alright, half of that is damage though. Still, good amount it goes through.
And then he is just going to throw a little ignition down on this guy next to him since he's getting feisty.
Warlocks are very smart, actually. I'll have you know.
Is that it?
Alright, and I think in melee it's even better, right?
I don't think there's any meaningful difference.
There was one of those spells that had a bump up to d6s in melee.
Yeah, that one increases all the spell's damage dice to d6s. Nice.
What?
You
Where?
just got
Where does it say that?
the last sentence. You always have to read the last sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
But the automation should cover it. You can choose to make a melee spell attack with a flame instead of ranged, which increases all the spell's damage dice.
Oh, okay. And because this has been heightened to 3rd level, right? Because it's a cantrip. It should be a 3rd level spell now.
Yeah.
You have two options to roll the damage. So you
Yeah.
have,
Oh yeah, there you go.
So the
Oh, no.
spell.
oh no, that's
spell-
persistent.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
The spell is already the melee. It should just work if you roll the damage.
Okay. So.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, nice.
Can't you just click roll damage?
It should have a Nope. Okay, it did not add the modifier. So it should actually have a +3 on there.
Which comes from.
From my bloodline.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna take that damage, and then I'm gonna take an additional 3. And then there should be, but it's only a crit success with the persistent? Yes, okay.
I love
Alright,
that
that
as a design choice to make the melee a little more powerful. That's cool.
Now I'm gonna have to get in melee
to death by 1,000 cuts. You just
Yep.
poke it left and right as much as you can, trying to like no idea about the alien anatomy of this thing, but you're just trying to find something that hurts. And yeah, I mean it's bleeding. It clearly seems to be in pain, so it's working. Soma.
Uh, is that Mechamorlock is still alive? Uh,
Well, if you want to call it that, but it's definitely still moving and fighting.
I see. Uh, okay, let's do the other thing. Soma will switch Inspire Defense to Inspire Courage. And the next thing she'll do, she will draw her sword, which is very cooperative, and try to stab it. And maybe even I will even be able to do it myself because I've switched into the performance mode and it loads much faster now. So give me a second, and once the darkness clears, yeah, there we go. Oh my god, I'm badly injured. Never mind. I'm sure I can last this one out. Okay, target this one. Soma, come on. I've. Wait, yeah, this is much better. Inspire courage on myself. Next action, draw the sword. I said on myself. There we go. And stab. That's not an attack. Draw the sword and stab. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Critical hit. Roll that crit dice.
Soma be angry.
Nice.
24 points of damage, and you maybe you see all of those weirdly looking fuse this like fused flesh and metal, and you just decide to put it out of its misery, and you cut its head
Indeed.
clean off with one powerful swipe. Is that your turn? 1, 2. I think you have an action left,
yes.
right?
No. Drawing a sword is an action, so yeah. So that was free
Oh, you
turn.
have to draw it. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay, so then we have the worm creature. It is kind of back up here into because there's only these very tight corridors. Does it have anything cool left here that can help it get out of this predicament? Really? So what's it gonna do? Let me triple check that I'm not missing any tactics. Yeah, right. If I had mentioned that this one was holding a book when you first encountered it, which realized that this is actually a different creature than the one that you had been fighting here before. And you can see it like move it behind its body now that its last minion has been slain, and it's seemingly trying to protect it so that you can't get to it. And then in yeah, I think it's just gonna try to attack Ottardo using the longsword, striking for 7 points and a 42.
Ottardo is going to raise to use his shield to block that.
Okay, so it absorbs all of it.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so then there's no poison coming through, so it has to use its second action to envenom the weapon again, and then with the third action, it tries to strike again but misses. Okay, Lucca, your turn.
Luke is gonna look at this thing and he's gonna say, "I've heard that cooked grubs taste rather like popcorn," and he's going to unleash all of his firepower on it. So another reflex save for the flame, which is a pass. So it'll take half of this, 8 points. And if that's not enough, he's gonna try to ignite it.
And as the sphere rolls over the worm again, you can see that once again it like moves its body over the book or between the book and the fire, trying to protect it. And it does seem to survive. And, let's see. And you send some more fire its way. And it
Math wrong.
all right. Okay, you should be able to loot the creature, and I will also put an item into the chat, and then I'm gonna have
A wand.
Oh
yeah, it was.
Oh, but
leaving that
sorry,
wand
there's
out.
actually there's something not right with the way that they have this set up. So please leave the wand on there for a second because I have to fix that.
Okay.
I guess they missed that this particular creature should have a different inventory. So I'm gonna put this in here, and
Ooh, research notes.
and
Ooh, and a key.
goes away, and this goes away. This goes away. And one more thing.
Wait, does that mean the other one had a wand?
It did. I thought you found that.
Yeah,
Pretty sure you
we
found
had
that.
Yeah, we knew about that because it was
status,
asked what status was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There we are. So I'll let you loot it, and then I'll be right back.
Oh, this one has a wand as well.
Hmm. It has the olfactory tag. That's a rare
Which
one.
one? The wand?
Yeah.
Because it creates smells. Illusory creature.
Yeah, that's
Strange that it doesn't list a tradition for it.
Illusory creature is apparently arcane and occult.
well, it's Soma's best friend right now. I mean, she also was our singer in the band that we made.
That's right. Yeah. What does key goes to?
No idea.
Yeah, we haven't found any like.
Yeah. Lucca would probably snatch up the book before it could get too singed. He's like patting out the little embers on it, and he'll take a look. And since he can read Aklo, he'll peruse and sort of share aloud what it says. How long would it take to go through those research notes, Simon? Like, and just right now and like.
I mean, you can definitely scan it to get a sense of its contents. It would probably take about an hour to to get to find that weakness that's described there.
And am I correct in assuming that Chen Regal Behemoth that it refers to is the big thing in the
I think so.
arena?
That is, a couple of sketches make that very clear.
Well, maybe we should find a safe spot to rest for a while you check that out and we patch our wounds.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Would be wise. Somebody grab that key and that wand.
Yeah. I mean, are we supposed to
Yeah,
know
Augrael
what
definitely took
wand
the
it
key
is?
already.
I find the identification stuff really annoying. So if there's no fun in not knowing, I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah, well, if anything, Soma has illusionary creature literally on her spell list right now, so that spell is her best friend.
Yeah, so you would know anyway.
So I think she will snatch it. So she will be able to summon the librarian lady whenever she likes now.
Yes, I can technically cast occult spells. However, I have frankly more wands than I know what to do with at the moment. So
I mean, I think we both will have to invest in bandoliers because I have right now two wands.
I have 5. No 6. To be fair, most of them are just healing, but anyone care about this stupid sword?
I mean, I have a sword.
Perfectly mundane.
Yeah. I mean, let's use this sword as its tombstone, in the traditional Avirakan way.
Should we camp out in this room here, or would you prefer going somewhere else?
No, let's find something.
Well, it's
Could
rather
go back to the
dingy.
tavern,
Yeah,
but they'd probably want to encore.
Let's just hang out in the tavern. I'm sure it'll be fun.
They probably want us to play again, so that wouldn't work.
Maybe we can ask to go backstage.
They have a green room, I'm sure.
They do have a little back room there. I'm curious what's in it.
I think the room Ottardo suggests is probably good. It's not like we're going to stay for that long, Lucca.
Sits down on a crate, or actually moves the sack off of this chair, and sets up the book. Positions his ever burning torch, like sticks it in a crack, and then just begins to peruse the book, and will share the details of it. Where the heck did it go? Writing slate. Nope, not writing slate.
So you hang out there for about an hour?
Yeah.
Yes.
It seems that there are copious notes on that horrible abomination in the arena. It does appear to be comprised of various driders and Urafans. And let's see. It can be harmed by positive energy. That's good to know. And it's kept docile by a steady diet of failed experiments.
Well,
I wonder what those could be.
Yeah. I'm sure they had steady supply of those, but nope. I suppose we killed a bunch of them already.
Yes, and it contains several ingredients, or several insights of general applicability to other creatures. Oh, how strange! This book suggests that Morlabent might find it interesting.
There's a library card in the back that shows who had it previously.
Curiouser and curiouser. I says, well, the positive energy is good to know, but this bit here about keeping it docile by feeding it, is it possible that we might be able to use this to our advantage somehow?
Hmm. That that's depends, Luca, on why would we want to do that? Because I mean, if we make it our goal to go into that arena and that for something, then of course we probably could drag that worm to the creature and wait until it snacks on it. But why pray in hell will do that? Uh,
Well, I don't know, but
and I mean,
we do seem to keep finding ourselves back there.
yeah, and I mean, if we give him food, that thing, and then start stabbing it, I think it will stop being docile anyway. So
Right. A fair point. Uh, well, anyway, he snaps the book shut. At the very least, I imagine Morlabint will find this most curious, especially since it has his name in it. Well, if we're resting for duration, perhaps I will take a few minutes to get my focus points back. Refocus.
good idea, by the way.
Is anyone badly hurt?
Yes.
I could use some.
Well, it seems a good time to make use of our wands. So I don't have to shuffle them around in my inventory. Let's see. He's like picking through. He's like trying to read the label from them. No, not that one. No. Let's see. Let's see. I took a little scrape, so perhaps I'll do a 3-action casting of Wand of Harm, and the 2 living people can get out of the room. And then I'll do a 3-action casting of Wand of Heal, and Augrael can get out of the room. No.
Actually, if we're staying in for a full hour, I think Ottardo can just continually lay hands on Soma until she's topped up.
Yes, please.
Right,
And
fair
I
point.
can I think I can patch Luca up with treat wounds.
Oh, fine then. He puts the wand.
Well, no, hit me with the wand. Hit me with.
No, it doesn't seem it's necessary.
No, hit me with it, please.
Is that for me? There's 9 hit points. I'm going to assume yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. You can you also patch up Augrael?
Well, I suppose so.
It takes 10 minutes, so.
I wonder if I can try to target the higher DC on Augrael. I am an expert in medicine, right? I don't remember. Yes. I bought my diploma from Vrin, so... Oh no. Well.
What have you done?
Nothing. Well,
Put his arm back!
Yeah.
It's okay, that always falls off.
In that case, since that was not very effective, Lucca will use the Wand of Harm, and he can do the 2-action version to put extra juice into it. There you go, 12 hit points.
Okay.
Okay, and Ottardo lays hands for how many?
Well, it's 18 per goal, and he can do it 3 times for Soma.
Do you need more, Augrael? I have scrolls, I have spells.
I could take the oil of unlife, but that feels like
No, hold on to that.
Thing. Yeah.
Hold on to that. I'll just throw a little.
I could take one more, but then I'll be good, I'm sure.
I'll just cast a little harm on you. There you go, another 10.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm good as new. Good as dead, undead. Whatever.
So Soma, yeah, can refill up to 54.
Yeah, I think that will put me to full.
Right. Well then, everyone is looking right as rain, so perhaps we should see where those stairs lead? Or perhaps discover even more enemies waiting out here for us?
Mhm.
You're kind of bracing for the worst there, but fortunately, no further ambush awaits you. However, the formerly transparent stone is still opaque.
Hmm. Do we know what these things are, by the way? And he points to the worm thing.
Well, yes, I mean, according to this diary, it seems to be being kept by an entity called a Sugathi. So it's a Sugathi.
Hmm.
Is it a name or a species?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I think I made a knowledge roll on it to little success before.
I believe so, yeah.
So where
They like to write
we want to go?
things. We know that.
Yeah, by the way,
They
can
do
I?
seem to enjoy observing others. They're a
Mhm.
bunch of creeps.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. They're just doing nothing but creeping around.
Um, up the tunnel maybe. We haven't seen.
Yeah, we haven't
really
gone
what's
this way,
over
right?
there. No. Lucca's like experimenting with ignition as he goes. He's like, it really was. It seemed much more potent when I just did it at point blank range like that. Funny, it didn't used to work that way.
It's weird.
Oh, we have a door here.
Oh no.
Yes.
Ooh.
Is this section of wall also supposed to be opaque, Simon?
It is supposed to be opaque. I just couldn't
Okay,
make
yeah.
it happen that quickly. Yep, but you're right.
It's all right. Okay.
Yep, there's the door right there. Yeah, and another like slightly wider gallery where Augrael a while ago you spotted the creature for the first time.
All right. Well, Ottardo's going to try the handle.
Okay, okay. It seems to be locked.
Does it? If I use that tarnished silver key, does it seem to fit in any lock?
Let me see. Um, it does not.
Okay.
Well, so
We do have more keys.
yeah. In fact, we have a universal key like this, says someone pulling out the lockpicks. Let's see what we can do about this.
Okay, hold on before you roll.
That's a good call.
I suddenly feel as if we should have made some sort of perception check on the door before.
Okay, so the door has no visible latches, but the wall next to it has two distinct looking keyholes. One is a round indentation, and the other is a circular piece of stone with four separate holes.
Interesting.
Well, get to lockpicking, Souma. What are you waiting for?
30, There it is.
Okay. No, this one is very complex. Uh-huh.
What is your thievery training? You're trained.
Yes.
Yeah, you very quickly realize that this is beyond you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems to be a custom make lock, so we'll have to fashion a tool for this. Apparently, because our generic picks and hooks here just won't cut it. It looks something like what's not a wheel lock. I think it's like a tubular lock. So it has all those some baffles and spheres inside, which I just can't manipulate with what I have right now. Sorry, guys.
Right. Well, there's always the other universal key.
Yeah, I'll let Ottardo handle this.
What is that?
We had to make perception checks, I suppose, and we didn't. And now we're gonna about to learn.
Well, Augrael, as you kind of continue onwards, I still have you as searching for your exploration activity. So I would assume, like as you kind of wander ahead, you take in the walls and you observe, and you notice that up here in the northeast corner, there are some gaps in the stone that don't quite line up, and you notice a little secret door.
Guys, I'm
Also,
so good at finding secret doors.
sure is.
You spend a lot of time in this place. Well, not this exactly, but
Also,
It's also because I'm very skilled.
at the eastern end here, there are a couple of glowing, very faintly glowing magical glyphs on the wall.
mhm.
Do they look similar to the ones in that like TV room or whatever?
Kind of similar, yeah.
Okay.
Augrael, don't listen to them. You're a genius.
Indeed.
Thank you. Do you want to look at the glyphs before we check out the secret door?
You see glyphs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where are they? Which wall?
Eastern.
Eastern.
Well, I suppose I am the resident glyph inspector. Let's see. Would you like me to roll something, Simon?
Hang on. Sure. One of these.
Arcana or occultism. Well, I suppose we'll do Arcana. Oh,
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's-
very obvious to you that those are the same glyphs that you've seen in that other room, and you would predict that they probably, since you've seen this transparent stone become opaque, this is probably the control mechanism to make it translucent or opaque.
Lucca will fiddle around and see if he can make it translucent again.
You can, and not. Hold on, I think there's even one more thing. I'm really not doing a great job with these sort of like multi-room, big rooms. Because yeah, that's what I remembered. So yeah, you play around with the glyphs and you go through the settings, and you notice that there's even a third setting, which does not only make them transparent to, to be able to see through, but there's actually a setting that makes them completely ethereal, so you can walk through them, which makes a lot more sense now that there are these two ladders, which otherwise would have just ended in front of the wall.
Well, this is some nifty magic.
Mm-hmm.
Permanent, toggleable etherealness.
Uh, can
Well, we can go down there if we so wish, but
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, I think.
we don't
No, wait.
see anything different down there,
No,
right?
look,
From
look,
how it's been.
look. I have a better idea. Uh, do you,
What?
do you see any ways of yanking that thing out and putting that on us?
Yes. Well, no.
Uh-huh. I thought so.
There's no like claw option, like the claw machine.
There's no like detach. No. That's not how any of this works.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Someone.
right, let's go through the secret door.
Yeah. Someone will try to write down the glyphs and maybe paste them on her armor later.
Oh wow! There's more. There's more window walls.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. As Augrael opens up that secret door for you, you'll find yourself in an interesting mix of worked architecture and what looks more like a natural cavern of sorts. You can see below this sort of gallery walkway, there's a rocky shoreline that drops steeply into a large pool beneath several stalactites. And this is a pretty big room, and I'm just going to give you the description, so you might not be able to see all of it yet. But essentially, there are 5 square shafts. If you keep going further, that you will see.
Fuck around.
Yeah, if you keep going further and follow this walkway north, you'll see 5 square shafts that are in the ceiling leading upward.
Mm-hmm.
To the south, there is this transparent stone winding, or that barrier of transparent stone winding down and along each side of the cavern. A short bridge, also encased in that transparent stone, crosses over the pool and connects to ledges of some kind.
Interesting.
With more paths to go. Yeah, so and it is in this area here. Let me double check that because they haven't actually marked the spots, but I'm pretty sure that they are. Yeah,
Chamber looks very complex.
it is in this large pool area here where you see those 5 shafts in the ceiling. 2 of them are pretty large, one pretty large, like 10 by 10, and this one is 10 by 10. And then there's 3 smaller ones, 5 by 5, that sit just north of it. But all
And
of
they're
it is
just like
ceiling again.
they're like just vertical.
Yeah, they're just openings in the ceiling, essentially.
Isn't that the one that I think Sir Ottardo fell through, or Augrael?
I think that was before.
Yeah, I don't
That was
recognize this, Luis.
yeah. There was a sort of chute that led to a small pond, but I don't think it was this one.
Yeah. There's a door here, but my curiosity is burning to know what is across that bridge before we go.
Or
into
why all
another
this
area.
water is here?
Or why all this water is here? Yes, that's a good question as well.
Well, there.
We can check what's inside and then go back to the bridge.
I think it's fair enough.
Okay, you can take your role then at the lead as you like to do.
I'm glad you're realizing it now. Ottardo is our leader.
No, that's not what I said at all.
That's what you said. You can't take it back.
I didn't call him the leader. I said take his role at the lead. Well, like, you know, most leaders lead from the back, right?
Right.
It's usually how you put the most disposable individuals in the front.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with you.
Go ahead, Augrael.
Okay. Augrael doesn't realize the insinuation.
Well,
We don't want to look at the water room. I'm really curious why there's water there.
I mean, well, Augrael, we are on the shore of the ocean, you know. So it's really a no-brainer why there is water here.
I mean, but it's not just like leaking through, right?
What do you mean? It's of course it's leaking through. There was water leaking through from the previous floor too.
We have found water on multiple levels. It's a little baffling how
okay, fine.
subterranean aquifers work, but we're all just standing here until Ottardo walks somewhere.
well, there's 2 corridors and doors.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Well, down goes to that room that we were trying to get through, right?
Oh yes, it could very well could. I mean, the tavern is in that direction. No, the door's
Ottardo
open now.
pops open the door and finds a chamber where the east and west walls feature sharply angled alcoves. And in those alcoves, there are stone carvings, but they're too defaced to indicate what they were originally depicted. There are also 2 angled plinths that stand here, one in the alcove to the east and the other one in the alcove to the west. There's the door to the north that you're coming into this room right now, and there's also a door to the south, opposite. However, that door looks kind of weird because it's more like the wall has an outline of a door, but you can't see a handle or a latch.
Flints are just like bases to a statue, right?
That's how I.
So it's just, but they don't have any statues on it. It's just 2 like bases essentially.
Correct. Yes, exactly.
But you did mention something, or those carvings that were defaced?
Yeah, inside the alcoves themselves. So basically, the back wall of those alcoves, there at some point there were carvings, but it's hard to tell now because they've been too defaced.
Did I hear you say plinths? Have to have a good look at the plinths.
It looks like the sort of thing where you cross across them and they zap you with energy. But I guess
Well, as Lucca passes across them. Like, nonsense. When have you ever heard a plinth have any magical effect? That's always what sits on the plinth that has a magical effect.
So you inspect the plinths, and you first on the first one, and then you check on the other one too. And indeed, both of them have what look like keyholes.
Oh.
And the western one has 4 holes clustered together in a metal plate, and the eastern one has actually a lock with a round keyhole.
does that sound like what we saw on the other side?
Suspiciously so. They look very, very similar, if not identical.
Interesting.
Okay, well, I guess we can surmise where that leads.
I love plinths because they're one of those things that you just don't encounter except in dungeons. When have you ever heard of anyone talk about a plinth except for that and daises?
Yep, daises and plinths. Oh my.
It's like they seem to be a spectrum too. Like a dais.
Yeah.
Plinths are smaller, daises are slightly larger plinths, and
Yeah, they're definitely of the same kind or species at least.
Lucca lectures the group on the
the variations in low stone platforms. Now, technically, you could consider a foundation to just be a very large dais for a whole building. Lucca's like, I have a wild idea. He's just gonna stand on the plinth.
Someone will stand on the other plinth.
You
You
climb
never
on
know
up
when
there.
this is gonna do something.
You climb on up there, ready for it to maybe like sink down, or like some giant boulder coming rolling, barreling at you. But no, nothing happens.
Hmm.
You just look very heroically.
Maybe we should strike a pose, and then it would work.
Oh, it's a good idea. Hang on.
Yeah.
How about like this? Or
Well,
maybe both creatures need to be undead. Let's get Augrael in here.
oh no.
Oh no. Oh, Soma, that's just cringy.
What did you? Okay, fine. Let's see.
We can check out the other door.
Oh shit. Right. Yeah. Okay. So, Luca, you go first.
Good idea. I love it when my minions take initiative.
Uh-huh.
All right, you follow the hallway to the next door and
Ooh.
Ooh.
find a familiar-looking circular room. A wide spiral staircase continuing downward, leveling out long enough to pass by a single door that you're looking in, and a hallway that leads west to a double door. The space between them has a rounded, cloudy window overlooking a large pool in a natural cavern. There's a dim orange glow that emanates from far below, and with it, there's a sulfurous stench in the air. Before you can inspect further, however, you are greeted by another one of these worm-like creatures. This one looking noticeably different. It is also a kind of like a tentacled worm-like thing, wielding a long sword and a wand in one of its extremities. But it does not have any writing materials, and somehow seems like its skin looks. And as you open the door, the two of them just like turn towards you, and we can go into initiative. All right, let's see. I'm gonna start the encounter.
Just a quick.
Yep.
You mentioned a pool.
Not a pool. It's you see that thing in the center, that sort of
Yeah.
like brown thing. That is actually a cloudy window that looks down. And if you take a second to peer down there, you will see that there is a pool at the bottom.
So they're standing on a sort of glass platform.
It's not glass. It is probably also that sort of transparent stone that you've seen. Oh, actually, sorry, I am misdescribing this. Sorry, there's the cloudy window is here at the top. So this is where it's overlooking the pool.
Okay.
And what they are standing on is sorry, is probably just a metal and stone sort of floor ornament. Sorry about that. I just got that description lined up with the actual map. So thanks for double checking. Okay,
So just to be clear, the center of the floor is like on the same level of us. It's not down further.
I think so.
to opt down for a minute, and then we can do this encounter.
I'll be right back to it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. Right, Ottardo opened the door and is immediately welcomed by this Sugathi, as Lucca called it. And let's see. Okay. So you're entering from that side. Okay, so in Sackfroth, it'll call out and it'll say something along the lines of, "Intruders, you are not supposed to be here. You have not been chosen by Javaki. You must be destroyed, and we'll strip you for parts." And then it will use its wand to cast a spell on itself. Which is... It's the same number of actions than the actual spell, right?
I think so, yeah, should be.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So that would be 2 actions then. And it, like I said, it casts that spell on itself. And then... Sorry, I don't know how to use these things. What does it say? Okay, whatever. That is fine. And then with its third action, it is going to slither or skitter back a little bit and let the other thing take the lead. Soma, your turn.
Okay. I think we'll start with our normal thing. We will inspire defense. Then I will try to make it lingering because I recovered the 1 focus point. Lingering composition. Performance. And it's not lingering, but I don't lose at least focus points, so that's okay. And then I think it would be only proper to try to shoot this thing. Telekinetic projectile shoots for 30 or 60 feet. Let's see. It shoots for 30 feet, so I can shoot it, sorry. Yeah, in that case I will just draw a bow and shoot it normally.
Okay. There's a couple of people in front of you, so I would assume that gives it some kind of cover.
I don't remember how it works, so I will trust you to apply it. I think
Another
apparently I missed it anyway.
Okay. That's a miss. So is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Ottardo.
Okay. Ottardo will raise his shield. He will then stride up to his speed. Collides with one wall. Huh?
There shouldn't be any
Probably
walls
this
here.
one.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
the,
don't think.
the platform that's blocking him.
Yeah, so there's
Uh,
railing, I believe.
Yeah, that's weird that they put that in as a wall. I'll just remove that. I don't think that should be a wall.
Doesn't the art for this chamber make it look like there's a giant hole that runs down the center of the room? I know you showed us a picture before.
Well, it was on the upper floor, so this is.
Yeah, it was on an upper level, so I don't know.
Yeah, here it looks. I don't know. It could go either way because it kind of looks like just decorative, or decorative is using the term loosely.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, that's right. The picture I showed you, that was from upper levels, and you've gone down quite a bit, so it's quite, it's possible that this is just where it levels out for now. Okay, so wall should be gone.
Still?
Nope.
Okay, so he's just going to take a detour, and that should be fine now.
Oh, there was one fragment of wall left. Here we go.
And with the last action, he's going to try to attack the thing that he remembers has maddening moans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and immediately strikes a crit.
No madness.
No madness.
Slam it for
Only smash.
20 points. Augrael.
All right, Augrael is going to charge in after Ottardo. 10, 15. He is just gonna, instead of doing our call knowledge, he's just gonna use his another action to move and get in flanking and swing on this thing.
Okay.
He remembers those moans as well. Does not like hearing them, so he's going to swing at it.
Yes, Soma remembers different thing about this creature, so she will absolutely not going to get into range of this splash damage.
That's a hit, so let's roll that damage.
All right.
15 points. All right, yes. Satisfyingly, you feel like you're doing good damage to it.
Yeah.
Did you have another action, or was that it?
That was
Oh,
2
you cut out
moves
there.
and strike.
Oh, sorry, I had to use 2 strides to get there, so I do not have another action.
Okay, Lucca.
Lucca is going to stride forward into the room. Ooh, music got louder here. He is going to look at the situation, and he sees this big worm thing. Knows it's immune to mental, so he's gonna say, you foul abominations, Maratha knows your fate! And he's going to summon... Well, not summon, but he's gonna rouse some skeletons.
Ooh. They erupt from the stone floor, and the area is
So,
difficult to
where did
make.
Hang on.
Oh, wow. They reach out, grasping for them. Cool.
Sorry, Augrael. Hope you're feeling nimble today.
That's okay.
Reflex saving throws from both of them.
Ooh,
Yeah.
crit fail for the slug-like thing.
All right. In that case, and Augrael is in the area too, so he's
Yeah.
gonna have to roll.
There we go. There we go.
Nice.
Oh.
Nimble as ever.
All right.
Thomas.
So it is just 2d6 slashing. For 9 points.
Wait,
Of
but is
course,
it
on a
based
critical failure, it's double that. So.
And the other one takes half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. The snake like or slug like thing, as the skeletal hands erupt from the ground and start clawing at it and ripping it to shreds. It's like some of the hands kind of rip it open, almost like a piñata, and it just explodes in a spray of or the digestive or acid and vile gore. So Augrael and Ottardo, please try this save.
You're
Actually,
welcome.
30 feet, so that also affects Lucca.
Oh,
You're welcome.
That's a success.
Oh, you should pull Riley Anthem on your token, Augrael.
Oh, good call.
They did, let me double check something because they didn't say basic fortitude. I wonder if that's a mistake. There it is. No, that's not a mistake. So I guess successes mean that maybe you braced for this because you fought it before, but you're just getting sprayed by that acid, and you're fine. You're okay. You're okay with it. Seen worse. All right, then it's that creature's turn. That was quick that it lost its little ally here, so it'll definitely takes you seriously as a threat and will. Why did they put this guy in charge of guarding this room? It's pretty useless. It steps back and then it casts a spell. Shooting.
There's a moment.
just as a note, the area of the spell is difficult terrain as well, where the hands
Okay.
are.
Okay, so then it had to take a regular move, I guess. And then it tries to fling some of the remains of the slug thing at Ottardo, but misses. And that's its turn. Soma, your turn.
Okay. Well, Soma feels incredibly vindicated right now. So she will stroll past Lucca. This. 25. I think I will try to continue shooting this thing with arrows, so I will make 2 arrow attacks. Actually, wait a second. I never had a chance to play. When you think like that, someone was holding on for quite a while on this thing. Why don't we try this out? So she knocks a terrible arrow on her bow, and I can actually select it as an ammo and shoots.
Very cool.
Damn it.
I want to try to reroll this one. I wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
1 second. It doesn't want me to let me to roll the hero points. Do I have a hero point? I think. Oh, yes, actually, I still have a hero point.
Yeah, it gives me the option to say roll. You can't do it.
For some reason, I can't see it. It just gives
You
me
can't.
pop out the message. Click it for me, please.
Okay, making sure that it actually uses your hero point here. a hit.
Very nice.
So how does this work? So after it hits the target, the arrow transforms. So after it hits, so I guess it takes the regular damage first. I would guess maybe.
Yes, and it apparently takes command to activate, so it's still an action, right?
You activated it before you shot it. And then after an activated viper arrow hits a target, the arrow transforms into a viper. Okay, so it's actually, I guess it doesn't do the damage. It does is affected by the viper's poison as if it had been bitten.
So that's why it gives poison damage.
Okay, so but then it must also do some other damage. That's weird. I don't understand this, but I'll just say that it does the regular damage that the viper would do, which is 4 points, and then on top of that, it causes it to make a fortitude save, which it succeeds. And then the viper lands in an open space adjacent to the target. It has the summon traits and acts at the end of your turn, even though you didn't use the sustain a spell action. It is under the DM's control. It generally attacks the creature the arrow struck. The viper vanishes after 1 minute. Okay. Alright.
That would be my turn.
Alright, so then at the end of your turn, it gets its action. So it, what is it? It's tiny. It is tiny, so it's going to move into the Sugathi's space, target it. Great, so now I have to fight my own creatures. That's a critical fail. And another action, it's also a critical miss. Alright. Then it's Ottardo's turn.
Ottardo will take 1 step to the side, avoiding the area of grasping skeleton hands. He will raise back his shields and then he will target the Sugathi and miss. That's his turn.
Alright, Augrael.
All right. I can't really get in flanking. Yeah, I'll just go up and poke it like I have been with other ones. It's at least doing something. Here's the first swing.
Critical hit.
Nice.
That's a deadly weapon, so that might actually be pretty rough. Well,
If I rolled better.
still, it's not bad.
Yeah, still something. Then I will swing one more time. Alright, then I will shield for my last action.
You have an action left? But you stepped in.
Nope, you're right. Yeah, I can only shield.
And Lucca.
Lucca's like wincing as he sees the little viper come out, and he's like trying to figure out where he can send the hands to not kill that thing. I think this works, but then Augrael's in danger. If I do this, then Augrael's not in danger, but the viper is. It's like, you just had to put something in its space, didn't you? Oh, God.
I'm fine.
Okay, fine. We'll put Augrael in danger. We'll spare the viper.
Spare the little snake. He didn't do anything wrong.
So he's gonna concentrate and shift those grasping, clawing skeletal hands over. The big guy and Augrael will have to make the save again. I don't know how to reactivate it. Besides, I mean, I can pop it out, but again, I can't like repost it without casting the spell again, which is annoying. But
Fails the save. The viper has to do.
and Augrael. No, the viper should be fine. The viper should be spared in that square. But Augrael has to roll.
That's right. Yeah, I have to make it. Can you prompt it again easily, or where?
No, it's just a reflex.
Reflex save. There we go.
succeed, but you don't critically succeed. So,
Okay, so take half.
wow, it's just 5 points.
But it takes the full damage because it failed its save.
Slashing does seem to be effective against this creature, and then he's going to. Do we want to burn another slot or just ignition it? I guess we'll just ignition it. He's just going to keep more fire coming. And this thing doesn't seem. I mean, telekinetic projectile is not scaring him terribly, so he's just going to try to burn it. Oh, but he misses. Ugh, okay.
And then it's the creature's turn, and it just starts biting whatever is trying to attack it. So that's a bite over here that hits and does 16 points damage. And
Which Ottardo will react to that, so that should be
nice.
8 points of resistance, and he
Okay.
will take a swing at the Siogathi as it turns away to bite Augrael. And
okay,
he misses.
but you miss. Okay, so that's just 8 points then, if I heard that correctly, for Augrael, but it's enough to get some venom into your wound, so that'll be.
Yeah, fix that. Okay.
Are undead still affected by venom?
Well,
Yes,
player-
you have a plus to the save, but you can still take it.
Yeah. Just void is the one that we're.
But that +1 makes a difference here because you landed exactly on the DC. So.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. All right, so it then is going to try to bite again. Oh, misses, and then the third bite misses, and then it's Soma's turn.
It might not survive until the next round, but I think I want to join festivities, so someone will cast a mirror image of herself
Okay.
and draw the sword.
Okay, and then at the end of your turn, the Viper gets its attack. Just gonna, as it described, we're trying to keep attacking. We're missing. And then it's Ottardo's
Poor
turn.
little Viper.
Ottardo will raise his shield, step up to flank with Augrael, and then will target the Siogathi.
And there's to hit 14 points, but not much of that comes through. Anything else?
That's his turn. 3 actions.
Okay, Augrael.
All right. Augrael sees this thing is distracted and is excited about it. And will swing at it.
Nice.
There you go. You are on fire today.
Oh,
Oh.
that's so nice.
There you go, and that is a brutal stab that really exploits the weakness here.
I
And
am
then-
on fire today. I like this. This his second swing.
Mm-hmm. Is a narrow miss.
Yes. And he's gonna. He's feeling himself. He's gonna swing for the third one.
Oh wow. Okay. Over expecting a trouble over here.
All right. Yeah, Lucca is just gonna keep concentrating. The skeletal hands are gonna keep reaching up and clawing at this thing's underbelly. So another save.
Inaugural too, right?
Yeah, an Augrael too. Shit.
Where's my? Ooh.
That is a failure. Great. Okay. Well, things are taking a turn for the worse as he deals 8 points of damage to Augrael and none to the stupid worm.
Maybe Augrael gets distracted and tries to snatch one of those tasty-looking finger bones, and then
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. Oh, I thought they were food. Oh,
Why are you still standing in there, you fool?
it
And
looks so
he's gonna
good.
try to finish this off with ignition. If I could roll above a 10.
You cannot.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Sugathi is very much cornered here. Has no good way of getting out of here. Back against the wall. There's only one way to go through this, which is take as many of you down as it can. So trying to bite, and doing some damage here. Okay. 10 points.
Again, Ottardo will react.
Okay, so
8
come
points
through.
resistance.
Oh, and response
Oh.
26
You
points
say
of damage.
8 points of resistance, right? So it's 2
Yeah.
points damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what happens. The creature tries to bite Augrael. Yeah, like I said, it's panicky, it's frantic, and it lashes out to bite you, Augrael. Ottardo manages to soften the blow for you, but you still get some scrape, and you see the glistening venom seep into the wound. So I'm gonna need that fortitude save from you. And you take 6 points of poison damage and are stupefied. But the upside is that the creature was so reckless in its attack that it opened up an opportunity for Ottardo, who slays it, just breaks down the hammer hard, and despite the creature's body being so malleable, it cannot withstand the sheer righteous anger or righteous force Ottardo is putting into this blow. All right.
As soon as the target does that, the viper bites it and sinks its hand into this flesh. Finally
Exactly.
achieving its retribution, yes.
And then tries to start like devouring it. Starting to maybe devour one of its little legs. Alright, we're gonna stay in initiative because of the poison. Souma.
Yes. Well, Souma was already like raring for action. She multiplied herself by several people, and now several Soumas just look at Ottardo, look at the corpse, and well, she shifts the blade.
And how does that work with poison? Oh, okay.
Well, it might not work with poison, but it will give him some hit points.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're not targeting.
There we go.
Whoa, nice.
Very nice.
Maybe we inject him with some dead juice, rejuvenating his appetite.
Dead juice.
Just the fact that like Souma was getting all ready for battle and had cast her spell, and then the fight ends. I may have told that anecdote before, but my first Pathfinder group, which was still with 3.5 rules, there was one player who would always summon an I don't know what it was called, Nature's Ally or whatever, which was usually a riding dog, and he'd always wait for too long. And the way that the summoning worked, it took a while until the dog would appear. So it was almost always that the dog would appear and the battle was over. So the group started running with that. So at some point, when the dog appeared, somebody would be like, "Oh, the battle is turning. It must soon be over. The riding dog has appeared."
Amazing.
So I was just reminded of that. So much mirror image, weapon drawn. Okay, I guess I helped. Ottardo's turn.
Well, Ottardo doesn't have any reason to think that well, we did see them use the poison, right?
Maybe. It's not or something ready to do that? You're wearing or holding a healer's toolkit.
He is wearing it.
Okay.
So I guess it's just medicine check, and you have the DC. So I'll
I
roll
do.
that. Ottardo's medicine is not so great.
And that is a regular failure, so we don't make it worse. Augrael. First thing we're going to do is roll another fortune save.
Oh.
You fail. So you take.
Miserable.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to hero point that?
I think so.
That's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
All right, that's a regular success. So you move one stage up, which is good.
Nice.
So we're on stage 1. And after this is only one round to stupefy condition, so that also your head starts to clear and you're like getting back to your senses. That's 55 XP for everyone.
Nice. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like it's made of packed dirt and pebbles and has moss growing on its back. And it's just kind of like.
I didn't think elementals could be cute, but they're
it just kind of like walks into the view from this elevated position here and like tilts its head and then growls a little bit and jumps or runs off around the corner out of sight.
Can we check knowledge on it? What that thing is?
Sure. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Was long enough to see it. Arcana, nature, or a lore that might be applicable. Yeah, we can do what we said last time we would do, which is you roll a d20 and then you tell me the modifiers.
Oh,
we use
sorry.
the same roll essentially. So what is your nature modifier, Augrael?
Augrael's nature is 9 plus.
Never mind. And Lucca's is Arcana check is pretty good already. So
it'd be a 25 if it was nature.
Yeah. Okay. So that's looking good. Well, I guess if we're doing it that way, you can just roll the skill with the highest modifier because the recall knowledge checks usually, except if it's a lore, it's using the same DC, so you might as well just use the highest modifier. Yeah, I think
that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, so Lucca, you're surprised to see an elemental creature here. Didn't expect that. Had no reason to think that elementals would show up, but this is what is known in certain circles as a sod hound. Mossy extraplanar canines formed of packed dirt and pebbles. Earth elementals by type. Sort of on the lower end of the spectrum of elementals, and have the typical elemental traits and immunities. As earth elementals, they can glide through the earth, see what that exactly means. So it can burrow through any earthen matter, including rock, and it can move at its full burrow speed, leaving no tunnels or signs of its passing. So it's almost like it's just moving through the dirt like a fish through water. Anything else? Yeah, and then you can ask me, what was it, 26? So you can ask me 2 questions.
Two questions. So you said it can move through water and earth. It's an earth elemental. I guess any particular resistances or defenses, special protections?
The elemental immunities, so bleed, paralyze, poison, and sleep. But nothing else that you're aware of.
And I guess the other question's a little broader. Does Lucca have any sense of like why such a thing would be here, besides the fact that it's an ideal environment, but like, does it serve some sort of function?
That's a really good point, and I'll roll that into your knowledge check, and it makes you think that they must have been bound by someone, and since elementals are essentially immortal or can live infinitely, it's even possible that Cora had summoned herself, maybe for pleasure, maybe just because they're cute, maybe she has a soft spot for them, maybe they're guarding something down there, whatever it is. But as magic tends to do, that binding magic may have weakened over time. So maybe there is a way to break that that binding. Usually that would be hard to do because you have to be within sight of the binding location, but since you have this really nice vantage point here, maybe there's something you could do to make them just go home.
Lucca turns to the others and he says, "I'm sorry, we'll have to kill them all." No, if we can avoid a fight, Lucca would definitely want to take that opportunity. So he looks and he says, "They're probably summoned, so perhaps we can unsummon them some way. Magic seems as if it could have become unstable over time."
At this point, the Viper probably will pop off and out of existence as Lucca says this.
Summoned and popped away. So Lucca, you think that, I mean, it's kind of like a general reversal ritual that you would guess should do the trick. So you would need a couple of gemstones, something to the tune of 60 gold pieces worth, and then you could perform a ritual here, which would take a couple of hours, but certainly possible.
You know, everyone empty your pockets. Who's got the gemstones?
I didn't know we were supposed to bring any. I didn't bring any.
Don't they chalk as a gemstone?
It's like, so much pockets of a 6-year-old. It's a marvel.
Some lint. We have a pouch of tiny emeralds worth 25 gold pieces, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We may have to go into town and purchase some if we wish to undo these beasties.
And well, I don't think they're really a major problem for now, unless there's larger.
No. We'll just add it to the shopping list.
Yeah.
Well, let us see here. We could go back and investigate the bridge in that other section, or we could go up the stairs, or through this door, or down the stairs, or through... or we could
always go up the stairs and down that hall we haven't explored yet.
I mean, we need to find Javaki, but I don't know which way we're gonna find him, right?
I have a good feeling. I mean, we know he's somewhere to like the northwest of that the bar room. So if we were to continue this way, we would probably be on the right track.
And I think we should go that way. That's my vote.
Fine. Yes, there is some vague sense of urgency that we defeat Javaki before our Hakem, or whatever his name is, Hafkem departs, which he may do sometime in the next century. I feel like this room is familiar, but I'm not sure why.
Alright, my keys are back from the pod, so I'm gonna have to run downstairs. But that's a good spot to
Yeah, absolutely.
So also, let's see if this is actually working. It doesn't seem to be. But I'll give you the description of this room just for the. So the room seems familiar. There's rust and grime filling the entire chamber, and there's a broken and rusty grate on the floor that you might
Oh
recognize.
yes, I know I recognize this place.
Alright. With that, I gotta run. But thank you all. See you soon.
Okay. So
Yeah.
You.
I guys see you next week.
Thank you.